Concordia University of Edmonton is a community of learning grounded in scholarship and academic freedom, preparing students to be independent thinkers, ethical leaders, reflective servants in their occupations, and citizens for the common good. The Concordia University of Edmonton of today has evolved significantly from its roots. It is an institution guided by its future while recognizing the value of its past. Smaller classes, excellent professors, and lifelong connections are the hallmarks of the Concordia University of Edmonton experience and contribute to its world-class appeal. This helps facilitate the vision of the institution to be recognized nationally and internationally for its graduates' knowledge, skill, integrity, and wisdom. Today, Concordia University of Edmonton has over 2,000 students and offers over 45 majors and minors in the fields of arts, science, and management, 2 after-degree programs, 3 master's degrees, and several graduate certificates and diplomas. With a new name and mandate, it's time to update the image of Edmonton's university and increase awareness of its modern approach. The brand is being updated to be more progressive and reflective of a fully inclusive and public trajectory.
Concordia University of Edmonton provides a unique university experience for our students, first and foremost because it retains the essence of what it means to be a smaller university. Students finding Concordia know that they are not just a number, they're individuals who are actually cared about, who are engaged in a way that they become the kind of graduates who have something to contribute to society overall, but also who have found themselves transformed by the learning environment which they found here at Concordia.
Concordia University of Edmonton, a place where students find their passion, become empowered, and create their futures.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Global Study Partners live stream sessions. Today, I have University Concordia of Edmonton, and here with me, we have Amanda and Angela. Hi, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you so much. So hi, I'm Amanda Thorson. I'm the Manager of International Relations at Concordia University of Edmonton.
And good morning for us. It's my name is Angela Campbell, Assistant Registrar Recruitment.
Thank you, Amanda and Angela. So today we have our audience from Vietnam, Philippines, and all Southeast Asia. Canada always a very hot market for our students and our partners. Can you introduce more about your university and tell us more about the campus?
Sure, I'll take that. So we are a small institution in Edmonton of just over 30,000 students with a very diverse cultural and faith across all faiths and cultures. We have grown. We're actually celebrating our 100 years this year. We are turning 100. We started back in 1921. We've gone through a number of different iterations, from a men's high school to a seminary to a college to now a full university for the last 6 years. We are located just on the river valley, overlooking a beautiful river valley and with hundreds of kilometers of walking trails. We're very close to our downtown core and walking distance from a number of different places.
Yep. Can you tell a little bit more about Edmonton lifestyle and weather? Or do you want a presentation 5 and then we can start from the 5?
Yeah. Did you want to share the presentation, Angela, or do you want me to share it?
Oh, sure, I can definitely share it.
Okay, that sounds good. So just while she's pulling the presentation up, I can maybe chat a little bit about Edmonton. So Edmonton is in the province of Alberta, which is east of the British Columbia, where Vancouver is, and west of Toronto. So Canada's a really big country. So Edmonton is the capital city of Alberta. It's a northern city, but it's well known for having quite a bit of green space. So our campus actually backs onto a river valley that allows for a lot of beautiful walking trails and space outside. And Edmonton has more green space than I think New York City with Central Park. Yeah, and it is just a quick trip into the Rocky Mountains as well. So as part of their time with us, students often take an opportunity to explore the Rocky Mountains as well. And there, yeah, so she's got the image pulled up now. So that's an image of our campus in the summertime. So in the summertime, it tends to be quite a beautiful summer. So nice and green, as I've said. But in the winter, it does get snowy. So students do need to be prepared to have winter jacket and hat and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. That sounds amazing about Edmonton. So now can you tell us more about University Concordia Edmonton and what course that do you offer for the students?
Angela, do you want to take that one, or do you want me to?
Sure. Sure. So we offer a number of different programs and majors in the fields of Faculty of Arts, Faculty of Management, a Faculty of Science, and Faculty of Environmental Health, as well as a Faculty of Education. And we also do have a number of different graduate programs from certificates, diplomas to masters, as well as a new doctorate program in psychology.
Yep. So can you tell a little bit more? You mentioned that the university had 100 years in history, and can you tell us the key selling points and the achievement of the university that brings benefits to the international students?
Oh, that's a good question. So as you can see from the slide there, in 2015, Concordia University of College became Concordia University of Edmonton. So we're recognized now as a university. We're also a designated learning institution, meaning students who study with us are eligible for a post-graduation work permit and study permit and all those important things for immigration. We do have dedicated supports and services on campus for international students. So we have an international student advisor whose role is to support international students with things like settlement, with orientation, pre-arrival. So we try to be very, very comprehensive and holistic in the supports we offer to international students, starting from the very beginning of their time at Concordia. So after they've applied, what supports can we provide all the way to the very end? So we offer workshops and sessions throughout. We have immigration supports, and we also have really fun opportunities to engage as well. So we offer different celebratory events, cultural events on campus, so students have an opportunity to showcase their culture and celebrate with one another. Yeah, and I think a really special thing about Concordia is that it's a smaller institution. So just approximately 3,000 students. And so what that allows us to do is really have a sense of community on campus. So instructors know the students know one another, the staff know the students. So there's really a community feel. And on top of that, the class sizes are small. So Angela, I think it's approximately 30 students is the highest that would be in a first year class. And then they get smaller from there. So really, really a great opportunity for students to learn in an environment where they have lots of one-on-one time with professors and opportunity to connect with other students in that class. Yeah, I think that's really special.
Yeah, I agree that the small size class and the familiar of the teacher, the support to the student is very important, because most of the class size here in Vietnam or in Southeast Asia is quite big, like 40 to 5 students per room. And sometimes we feel very struggling, especially learning in English, to ask questions. So probably Angela, you can go through with us the key selling points. Let us know more about the faculty that you mentioned, art and science. Yeah.
Sure can. So in our Faculty of Arts, we do have 3 and 4 year degrees in a number of different disciplines: music, drama, philosophy. Psychology is probably one of our most popular one here. We are very unique that we also have an applied emphasis program in psychology that gives students hands-on experience in community agencies in their 4th year. In our Faculty of Management, we have a 4-year degree that allows students to cover different areas from accounting, finance, HR, marketing, as well as unique to us is the data management, as well as the conflict management. There's also a practicum that comes, an internship that comes with this program as part of the program to really build a student's resume. And the dean actually teaches in this in the faculty. I've taken a class from her myself. We also have our Faculty of Science programs, 3 and 4-year programs. Students many times are looking at going into med school, or they're looking at going into physiotherapy, dental hygiene, optometry, and this is where they would start, is either a 3 or a 4-year bachelor's degree. One of our newest one is information technology. Now, this is by far our most popular program, and it does fill up early after applications open. And then unique to us, we also have environmental science and assessment and remediation. So dealing with dirt soils and, animal biology, aquatic biology, it's kind of a general program in all of those areas. We are our programs are not competitive based on grades, so students just need to present the equivalent secondary school qualification with those minimum averages, and 60% for an arts, 60% for a science program, 65% in a management program, as well as our dual degrees program. So we're very welcoming to anyone that wants to join us, despite if they were very successful in high school or not.
Yep. So one questions about the majors. Some students they properly have the change of the mind when, let's say, they join psychology, but then later they want to pursue the dream in science. So do you agree double majors, or can a student switch the majors from the totally different background?
Yes to both. Many times students can, in their first year, decide, oh, psychology is not what I wanted, and they can transfer into a different or apply to a different program. And those courses most often all will transfer over as long as they're applicable to the rest of the degree. And even going into a science program, they can, generally any of the courses they take will be considered for electives. So yeah, absolutely. Lots of flexibility when it comes to the programs here.
Thanks, Angela. So now I have a question for Amanda. So now we know that the admission, the way to get in and to change is very flexible and supportive. So you mentioned that you have support for international students. Can you share more about career support and like the way out of the university?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So as I mentioned, as long as students are meeting eligibility requirements, most of our programs make them eligible for post-graduation work permit. And so we do have immigration advising supports to assist with that piece. And then we also have a career services department on campus that's able to support students from the very beginning of their studies, again, to the end. So that department can help with things like formatting a resume, with looking for employment in while they're still students. So maybe that's employment opportunities on campus, maybe that's part-time employment off campus while they're studying, and then can also assist with interview skills and things like that, and really getting ready for the job market once they're finished with their degree, and looking for more full-time positions in the job market in their field of study.
So can the student join those kind of activities and workshop and support from the beginning of the first year, or do they need to wait until they about to graduate?
No, we have career services available all the way through. It's possible for students to start accessing those supports right away. And as long as students are authorized to do so by immigration, they're certainly welcome to work part-time while they're studying as well, and they can access support for that too. And then so there's workshops and stuff all the way throughout about, interviewing in Canada, interview skills, how to format your resume, all that stuff. And then we also have other workshops that help with skill building and development that would eventually be a benefit in the career market as well. So there's always lots of things happening on campus, and really a lot of things for students to participate in. We also have a special program called Concordia Commitment program, and maybe I'll pass it over to Angela to talk a little bit about that and how that might benefit students once they're finished their degree as well. So international students can't necessarily come back to study, but being part of this program and having a mentor is really a benefit as well.
Yeah, this program is really unique to us. We're only one of 2 universities in all of Canada that offer this program. So students actually join this program in their first year, and they are assigned a mentor. They have the support that's provided to them throughout their 3 to 4 years with us is included with, workshops, academic workshops, how to study, how to time manage, as well as providing them with volunteer opportunities to really get out in the community, the internal community as well as the external community, to find to really build that resume and get more experience in the Canadian culture there. We do offer this program to students, and it allows them to, if they don't if after they graduate they don't move into their career or into their graduate studies, we do bring them back for a full year. Now, I don't think we've had to make good on that promise yet, because students are well prepared as soon as they leave us after graduation.
Yeah, that's a very unique program that you're offering for the students. Can you share more about accommodation or the housing options for the students?
Yes, we definitely can. So we have a slide on that. So just let her pull that up. There we go.
So our accommodation, did you want to talk about? You go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. So we have a number of different accommodations on there within, like there's one that's attached, there's one that's just out the side door here. So all within on the campus footprint. So students do not need to walk very far. So the one that's on campus, it's attached right above the cafeteria. We do have single rooms this year due to COVID, but generally they do offer double rooms as well. We also have a women's only house that allows students to be in the home with just their own gender. Our residence life folk do a ton of work on getting people involved, creating opportunities for students to gather for games nights, and go walking. There's a grocery store 10 minutes down the street, so all of our facilities have cooking options as well. But as well as students are involved in a meal plan on campus and get to and just walk into the cafeteria and get their breakfast, lunch, or dinner while they're with us. We will be in the next couple of years in looking at breaking ground on a new residence building as well, because currently we only house about 100 students on our campus because due to our size. But our residence life folks also help students find accommodations in our community. We are blessed to be in a really great community that's very welcoming and offers rooms and basement suites, and there are a number of different housing options in the area, as well as apartments and things like that. So students are supported that way, whether they're on campus or off campus.
Yeah, for the student under 18 years old, or do you have any requirements for the welfare arrangement or?
Not that I'm aware of. We do have many of our high school students here in Edmonton are graduating at sometimes 16, more often it's 17. So students do come to us at that age, and they are taken care of on our campus. We do have a full-time security team that keeps guard of the campus as well as the grounds. Yeah.
And I think these questions are very most common. So how do the campus and in general, the university is having a plan during this COVID-19 pandemic?
Yes, that is a common question. So as you might know, in order for institutions in Canada to reopen for international students, there was need to create a government-approved COVID-19 readiness plan. So Concordia does have a government-approved COVID-19 readiness plan, and that includes very tailored and COVID-19 specific support for students. So the international office is providing information and advice on travel restrictions, requirements, and we're ensuring that we're aware of every student that's traveling to us so that we can provide that very specific advice, and also ensure that students have what they need in order to travel to Canada. once they arrive in Canada, we check in with them, either a minimum of 1 time, but potentially up to 3 times. And we have supports in place for any student who ends up in a situation where they're not able to access goods and services. Maybe they didn't get the vaccine exemption and they have to quarantine, and they were a little caught off guard by that. We can step in and support them during that time. What else can I say? Yeah, there's also lots happening just in terms of faculty being quite flexible and knowing that international students are facing a lot in terms of arriving in Canada. And yeah, so I think we're really prepared to be able to support students, and we've been doing it now for 2 years, or just about 2 years. So yeah, I think the supports around COVID-19 are really comprehensive.
Yeah, that's great to hear, because you know, like some parents are still hesitate. So if they know that the university is very well prepared and we're having a plan, most of the parents and students will you know, like ease their pain, like they will like less worry about it. Okay, our time is about to end soon. So my last questions for you, do you have any advice for the students on why they need to make the application at this time? Is this any, based on your point of view and your experience, are there any more benefits for the student if they make the application right now?
I would say absolutely applying early is better, especially for international students. It can take a little bit of time for transcripts to be received and things like that. So the earlier that students apply, the easier the transition will be. Also, applying for a study permit can be a little bit tricky. Keep in mind we have supports and help available, and but the more time that students have for that piece as well, the smoother the transition will be. So for sure, I always say that especially international students should consider applying as early as they can.
As well as a lot of our programs are based on the number of seats that are available. So like I said, our psychology and our IT programs fill up. A lot of our graduate programs also will fill up early. So it's just really important that students apply early.
Thank you so much, Amanda and Angela, for spending your time and share the information to our students and our partners. I hope that there's more questions coming after our sessions, and I'll share with you how the inquiries and the questions. And thank you so much. On behalf of GSP, we're looking forward to have you on our future events.
Thank you. Thank you very much for hosting us, and looking forward to receiving some applications from your students.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, our audience, for spending your time. Bye-bye.